Ian, this was kind of a weird story.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we're going to get out of this. An indie game was removed from Switch eShop after dev revealed it contained a hidden code editor. This comes via Nintendo Life, our pals at Nintendo Life, our favorite website that lives to talk about Nintendo, apparently. So, the game was called The Dark Room.
It was a text adventure.
The guy who wrote the game did it was Amir Rajan did it. It was up on the eShop for a few days. So it's like you said, it was a simple game, but it included a Ruby interpreter and code editor.
Yes. So Ruby is a high level code. So high level is assembly is low level.
Yeah,
and
ones and zeros.
And Ruby is high level. I can at least say that much with certainty.
High level basically means that the higher you get, the commands and functions are drawn out for you so that you can just put in words to do that stuff. That's the best way I can explain it.
More or less.
Yeah.
So, so there's a Ruby editor in there, and it was supposed to be an Easter egg. Basically, you attach a USB keyboard and you press the tilde button, and it pulls
the little top left.
Yeah.
Love a tilde.
And then it would open up this editor, and you could basically code in Ruby and run the code on your Switch.
Yeah, when you look at it, look at the pictures of it. Yeah, you have, let's see. Yeah, you have you see the command open up on it.
So, from what people have said, there's not a lot you could do with a Ruby editor with Ruby to truly hack your system. But the guy who made the game came out after Nintendo had cleared the okay for the game and put it up, came out on Twitter and just broadcasted to the world, hey, there's an Easter egg in here that gives you a code editor. And the game got pulled. I don't know what that person was thinking was going to happen. Because, especially like a code editor, one, anything that got past Nintendo that you didn't tell them about,
they're going to be pissed.
They're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Two, a code editor sounds like it's just ripe for breaching security and cracking the system open. Whether or not you can actually do that with Ruby, I don't know well enough. People say no in a lot of the comments, but
I would say people will look into this to see.
Well, sure, but yeah, Nintendo did not know about it. Nintendo had no way to check it and make sure that it was secure.
Gives you a line editor, yeah.
So the way, the way that the person who published this kind of phrased it was, well, so they could modify the game, essentially kind of like a level editor. What? You don't just try to sneak that through.
This is what Amir said to Eurogamer. I deeply regret how this is blown up. A simple toy sandboxed environment has been framed as this massive exploit. I guess you'd be able to program something cute within the game for whatever reason.
You could modify the text adventure.
Great. And of course, it's the community that exploits these things that push it up to that level. I'm partly to blame with my sensationalized media posts. I acted alone and stupidly. It was a last-second spark of inspiration. I snuck it in, assuming that plugging in a US keyboard and pressing the little squiggly tilde key wasn't part of the test plan. The past 3 days have been the worst days of my life. I don't know what to say except I'm sorry. All I wanted to do was allow kids and coding adults that have forgotten the joy to discover what I discovered 25 years ago. Let's see. The narrative that has played out online is exactly what's wrong with this trash can fire of a world. Everyone is an armchair expert. Everyone thought the worst. You've seen what I've been called, a dick, idiot, and everything in between because sensationalized news sells. If the narrative
Sounds familiar.
Yes. If the narrative was I added a sandbox to a dark room that lets you mod the game and provide a medium for kids to code and technical parents to show their kids what they do, it would have gone unnoticed. So it was pulled on April 26th. So, all right, there's two issues with here. One, you didn't let Nintendo know. Because maybe Nintendo could have went through and said, this is clear, this is fine. They have no fucking clue what can be done with this. And we don't know yet. Because we assume people say, oh, well, you can't do anything. We don't fucking know. We don't know what can be worked out over time. Maybe there's something you can discover that you can run code to hack the whole Switch to run whatever you want. You have no idea. So that's the danger that Nintendo sees themselves in. Like, what the fuck? So even if that's not the case, you made Nintendo look stupid for not knowing it's in there, and something that could potentially be an exploit, obviously that's a no-no. at the end of the day. But you said people are saying that you can't do anything with this.
And I said Ruby isn't something you could do that with how it's in there. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert.
I'm not either.
That's what I've read. That's what I read in all the comments and stuff, was that basically there is no real way to exploit anything with Ruby. But still,
and plus he used this as a marketing tool.
Yes,
by broadcasting.
exactly.
So Nintendo's probably like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Let your game stand on its own. Now you're putting out something that makes us look stupid because we don't know about it just to sell your game.
Right.
He's gotten a ton of publicity, obviously, from this. The bad news is this is it for your game on Switch.
Not all publicity is good publicity.
And I don't know if Nintendo's going to want something you do on their system after this.
Right, exactly. So, exploit or not, it's just stupid. It's stupid to try to sneak something past that and then go online and get all bravado about it.
Yeah, and then when Nintendo says, what the fuck?
You get upset. Like, I don't
have any sympathy at all.
I don't want to pile on the guy, but I have no sympathy for him.
No, I don't know who would call him a dick. I just say you're dumb for doing it.
Yeah.
You are, because you should have seen this coming. Especially for a company like Nintendo. They're not going to be like, oh, this is fine. Yeah. Nintendo's very tight about this stuff to begin with, obviously, with piracy and things, and even having the hint of being able to do something with it.
And sometimes they're like our old parents. They don't understand things. So maybe to you or to other people, maybe it being Ruby was like, oh, okay, it shouldn't be a big deal. Nintendo doesn't know that. Nintendo thinks, oh, programming, it's the end of the fucking world.
Hack, exploit, USB, they're thinking the worst.
Right, exactly.
They're thinking, oh, you can play Odyssey for free next week.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're thinking.
Yes.
But I would think the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the risk out. Okay.